Hi guys, can you just type in the questions and answers box if you can hear me? My internet's really slow at the moment, so I just want to make sure that you can all see my screen, see me, and also hear what I'm telling you. Or just in the chat box even, guys. I can see there's quite a few people on. I'm not used to not seeing you all, that's all. The chat box is at the top. Blue, actually your screen might look a little bit different to mine. A little blue box. Okay, guys, I might get started. If you've got any issues, if you can't hear me or see my screen, please pop it in the chat box or the question and answers. So there's two options there. I've actually opened up both of those so that you can let me know what's happening. So I might just give it one more minute. I know there's a couple more people coming on board. All right, so look, I am having a few internet issues. I've got a really cool feature that I'm hoping that I can show you today. So fingers crossed that it lets me and everything works. So thanks guys for getting on today on the Saturday afternoon. I'm going to go through some social tips, social media tips and tools. Basically what I've been using over the last couple of weeks. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I have always loved social media and the power of what it can do for your business. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you probably see my posts all the time. Whether you like it or not is up to you. But really the power of people getting to know you on a different level, you know, in network marketing, you know, we're all about talking about our business and what it can offer. You know, even in traditional business, it's all about the business and not so much about the person. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Michelle Brown. I was introduced to social media really from a business perspective only about 3 years ago. Whilst I did run a traditional business, I didn't really use it a whole lot because I really just didn't understand how I could do, you know, branding myself and all that type of thing. I knew how important it was, but I didn't really know how to use it correctly. So I really did go on a journey of self-development, personal development, and really just any free trainings or things that I could find. When I first began in network marketing, I really jumped on board, because I knew that, you know, Facebook is the biggest platform around, you know, and Twitter is also the same, Instagram. You know, when you're trying to grow a global business, the internet and social media is really where to begin. So today I'm just going to go through a few of the new tools that I've discovered recently, and also the platform that I've been using. So I'm just going to share my screen. The first thing that I'm going to go into is all about this new amazing that I'm using. So when you're thinking about using social media from you know, a value point of view, you know, you're really trying to help people understand more about you and not just about your business. So, you know, it really is all about creating value and, you know, talking to people on their level and what they're really looking for. So one of the ways that you can actually help people understand more about you is thinking about your posts. So what are you talking about? We're talking about motivational posts. We're talking about value to them. You know, whatever it is that you're really passionate about, I think it's really important to be able to share that. So one of the tools that I am using, I'm just going to connect it, so bear with me. It's called Airserver. And what this amazing tool is something that I can actually share my mobile phone to the screen. Okay, so you'll see my phone here on the left-hand side. And why I do that is because I was trying to find out how I can make my motivational posts and that sort of thing, and then be able to share them on sorry, I'm going to get heaps of notifications. How I can share my posts on my laptop and also like to my Hootsuite and all that sort of thing. I'm just going to delete Facebook Messenger for a start. Okay, so the first thing that I discovered is an amazing platform called WordSwag and Photify. Okay, so these two amazing apps you'll find either on Android or in the App Store. And what this basically is something where you can put your photos together. Like I'm sure you've all seen by now. If I was to choose this photo, I'll do a live one so that you can see what I'm doing. So you basically choose a photo. Now this is all coming through from my mobile, so it might be a bit all over the place, but bear with me. I thought there's no point in me just talking. I'd rather show you exactly what I'm doing. So this screen, I actually was able to put together using another platform called WordSwag. Okay, so what you can do is you can add text. So just say I'll type in hello and then I'll remove it so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you're adding whatever text that you want. You can actually change the font, you can change the color to whatever you basically want, right? So what I'm doing is I'm finding quotes on another app. So at the end, I'll actually type all the apps out, so don't worry if you miss what I'm talking about. Find some quotes that mean something to you, put them on a background that you like, and then, you know, that is part of the, you know, the value that you're offering people. It's all about branding right now. You know, I know when I first started in network marketing, everybody was talking about, you know, the company and the products and you know, whilst I knew that they were all fantastic, I mean, I didn't work in a pharmacy and brand myself as that pharmacy, so I don't understand why we all, me included, get into this mentality of branding our company and our products, because we are not those. We're just representatives for something or a company or a product. So that's really what it's all about. So going back into our Hello Host, so we apply that, and so I've had a watermark made, but you can use another. Sorry, someone's saying they can't see my screen. It might just be a bit slow, so just bear with me. If there's any issues, I'll send you the recording. So I've actually had a watermark made, but you can use another app called Canva. And what that basically is being able to make your own watermark. So again, it's all about branding. So if you just see, you can move that around, you can change the color, and then you can actually save it to the hard drive of your computer and then upload it onto your social media. Okay, so if you was to sit there, I'm all about time management and productivity. Okay, so I'm not sitting down for 8 to 10 hours a day making all these things and constantly posting them. You've really got to get in the habit of being organized, because it's just like anything. When you're branding yourself and you're increasing your followers on social media, it's really important that you are organized, because there's no point putting out fantastic content and value and then having you go off the radar for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, you've really got to make sure that it's consistent value, you're not spamming people. But when you're providing lots of value and information, then people are actually going to want to keep following you, and they get excited to see what else you're posting next. Okay, so once you've finished your app, or sorry, your motivational picture, you can actually upload it straight to any of your social media platforms. Okay, so you'll have all of those there. But what I've been doing is actually saving them and putting them. I have automated most of my social media. I know I was talking to a few of my team today, and a lot of the issues with working from home is that we're all so busy, and there's not a whole lot of time that you've got to be able to be spending on this type of stuff. But if you plan it and set that time aside, that's when you really need to be sitting down, thinking about all of the platforms, what you're putting out there, and actually get it all together. Okay, so the next thing that I use that I absolutely love is Hootsuite. Okay, so talking about automation, this is automation for my Twitter, for my Facebook business page, and also for my Instagram. Okay, so this is, you can actually get a free account. It's so super easy to use, like don't be afraid of it. So I'll actually do a post so that you can see here. So you can see all of my different social media here on the left-hand side. So say I want to post to my Twitter. What you actually can do is you upload a photo. Let's just pick something. I am skipping through, guys, so don't be, you can always contact me later and actually get what I'm doing. Let's just grab any photo. That one will do. Okay, so what you can do here is actually automate when this post is going out. Now, I've done enough social media training to know that when is the best time to post. Okay, they're all different. It doesn't, it depends on the time around the world. There's lots and lots of factors that come into it. So I don't want to learn all about, you know, why and when and how come. I have tools that do that for me. So you can put in your message, free social media training, and then you can put in a link, right? And so just say that the link is sarahmichellebrown.socialmediatraining.com. You know, it's way too long. Twitter only has a certain amount of characters. So you actually put the link in this little box here and you can shrink it. Okay, so just say I'm putting in my website, sarahmbrown.com, and I can shrink it. And so what that does is actually gives it a different, although it's not shorter, but when you actually do shorten it through Hootsuite or even another system called Bitly that I'm not going to go into today, but that's another fantastic organization tool that you can use. With using this, Twitter and most social media platforms actually recognize that best. Okay, so your platforms will be rated much higher when you're using those types of things. So I'm going to just leave that because it's also a curiosity. People will click on that because they won't actually know what it means. So you click this little scheduling calendar here, automatic scheduling is on, and then I'll auto schedule it. So, you know, set aside again, put some time in your diary to go through, work out which content and how much you're going to put in. So normally I actually do my business page and my Twitter and use the same content for both. And then that's already done, you know. So I might sit down on a Saturday night or a Sunday and just pump out as much as I can think of, you know, making my pictures, setting up all of my Hootsuite, and just really getting that value out of there. So if you're struggling for content, there are so many things around, you know, so you can be searching through Google, looking at different quotes and other people's ideas. You know, I use Amazon and different books, quotes from books, all sorts of different things. But another source of the platform that I'm using is called My Lead System Pro. Now, this is just a training platform that is generic to our industry. So it doesn't matter what company you're in or really what business you're promoting. You know, I've met ladies that were birthing teachers and, you know, people that have traditional business that are actually using this branding system to help build their brand, you know. And what this actually comes down to is generating leads off yourself. Okay, so people are interested in what you're doing and they want to follow you. So it's all about giving back, and that's really what this system can help you do. So the only thing I'm going to run through, because this is the back office here, some of you might have already seen some of the free trainings that I've been putting out, and it basically is coming from this system. Okay, so when I scroll down, you can see all these different amazing articles. 3-Minute Expert, if anyone knows a man called Ray Higdon, he is the ultimate MLM trainer, network on an online marketer, really of our time. So, you know, he's put in a lot of different trainings here that you can actually share with other people while you're learning, you know. So you are adding value. You're not just asking people to buy something from you or join your business. You know, you're actually being able to provide them something back. That is what, you know, I've come on board with this particular platform, is because I'm able to offer people something else. You know, if they're not going to join me in my business, I might be able to provide a tool for them that's actually going to help them in the business that they're already in. So I'll use this blogging particular one to show you. So this little magnifying glass shows you what people are going to be seeing and what they're going to be offered. Okay, so it goes through all the different, this is actually the very first blogging program that Ray Higdon wrote around 6 years ago. And I think this particular program alone has earned him over $1 million in that 6 to 7 years. Okay, so it just shows you that everybody has the same problem. It doesn't matter what company or business you're in. It's how do you meet more people, and it's the right people. It's targeted audience. I'm not going to get my sisters or girls that I went to high school with clicking on these types of things. The people that are clicking on these types of things are the ones that I want to be working with in my business. Okay, so when you scroll down, shows you the pricing, but there is heaps and heaps of information in here of how people raise story, and how people can actually do this for themselves. Okay, so it's a fantastic platform to be able to give something back. Before you asking people to buy your products or join your business, you're actually offering them something. Okay, so there's all these different types. There's mindset training, there's SEO marketing, sponsoring and recruiting. So you'll notice throughout my social media, a lot of this value that I'm offering is just things that I've learned and that I'm actually passing on to other people. Okay, so this is the newest tool that I'm using to help grow my primary business, and also to give back to others. Okay, if you all scroll through your own Facebook, I'm sure you'll be the same as me. It's just one big junk catalogue. I've said a few times I would love to put a no junk mail sign on my Facebook, just like I do on my letterbox, because people just do not know how to attract people and want people to work with them. Doing that. So the My Lead System Pro system is fantastic. Get in contact with the person who has invited you here today. It's really a super awesome tool that you can actually use to grow your list as well. As people come through and they click on the link and come through and get your free trainings and are interested in your offering, they'll actually go on this program. Okay, so you'll be able to track your leads and see how many people are really interested in following you. So like I said, just get in contact with whoever's invited you here today, and we can talk you through the My Lead System Pro system. Okay, so the next thing that I'm using to automate my Twitter. Now, I'm not a Twitter fan. I've never really used it for my social media, but it's also one of the biggest platforms, so you need to be where everybody is. So with Status Brew, so that's statusbrew.com, I'm using this particularly for my Twitter, and that's basically just to meet people without me actually physically sitting there scrolling through Twitter and following people. All right, so what this does is it actually, as people follow you, I'll just scroll down here on the left-hand side, you'll see automate. I'm actually going to show you all of my settings so that you can see what I've done. Okay, so when somebody follows me on Twitter, just to backtrack a little bit, I actually only had 40 followers on my Twitter when I started this, probably 2 weeks ago. Let's just go in and have a look. I'm not, like I said, I'm not active on this. It's purely run on autopilot. Okay, so 399 followers that I've got now. And I literally started with around 40 people just a couple of weeks ago. So it really does work. But like anything, it takes time to set it up. So when people follow me, they get an instant message back. And I've basically just put hi, and then you add in the handle so that their first name goes in there. Thanks for the follow. Are you involved in home business or online business or looking for a new opportunity? Let me know if I can help you. But what I've done is actually put my Facebook. This is my business page link. So by telling them that I spend most of my time on Facebook, they are now going to come and like my business page. Okay, so I'm driving all the traffic back to my business page where I can actually interact with them much better. So when you come down here, again, as somebody follows me, instantly they will get one of these 5, how many have I got? 4 messages. Okay, so again, you add the Twitter handles If anybody wants these are just what I made up, but just so that you can copy the Twitter handles, message me on Facebook later. So basically what this does is, as somebody follows you, you will be able to automatically thank them. Okay, so it goes back onto their wall and it says shout out to a new follower. Now what that does is it shows all of their followers that you've connected, and then people will start to do the same thing. Okay, so it's all just filling up the news feed with your name. Okay, and that's what you can have the entire thing on autopilot, just so that you are constantly meeting new people. So when you go back down, there's lots and lots of different things. You can put 10 variables. Just from background knowledge, I do know that Twitter hates the same one. So if you just put in one automatic welcome, then Twitter will block you, because they hate automatic programs. They actually want people to be interacting with them. So that's really important. Make sure you, a minimum of 4, but up to 10 you can have on that. But there's all sorts of other things that you can do. So I try to log in here as often as possible, because people do have the same setup, right? So if you don't follow them back, you can actually have a setting here to unfollow that person. So people will actually start unfollowing you if you don't follow them back. So again, you've just got to log in sort of every couple of days. I noticed that there were stacks on my screen before that I haven't gone in and done. So you've basically just got to go through, if my internet will load. Here we go. Go back through and actually just click on follow. All right, so then they will have the same thing. So they will thank you for following. Your name is back in the news feed, and the cycle just goes all the way back around. So you can see on the side here, mutual follow back. So as soon as I followed someone, they've immediately followed me back. All right, so there's lots and lots of tricks and things in here. And then you basically just go through and follow them. So I've started some amazing conversations, just with people that have come through there, they've received a message, then they've come and liked my business page. Again, it's just a cycle thing. It's, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. So, if you're doing it for 2 weeks and you're not getting a whole lot of response, then you're probably not putting in enough consistency and enough value for people to remember you. It's all about, like I said in the beginning, my Facebook is super busy. I'm always posting, and that is because if you don't, you'll be forgotten. So it's really important. It gives you that authority figure to really be putting yourself out there. So I'm just going to see if there's any questions in here. Just shut. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions that they want to type in? You've probably just been majorly overloaded with information. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the box, or so I'll just type in here what systems to use. If you're an avid Facebook user, which I am, then there is another one that I'm not going to go through because it's really intense. It's called Mass Planner. I'll just put Facebook. Status Brew is automation for Twitter. And you can actually use this one for Instagram as well. But the settings for Insta, you actually have to, it notifies you to log into your Instagram and just hit proceed or to post it, because their settings are very strict. So You can't have actually another system authority to actually post. So that one's for Twitter. Now, using your phone on your PC is the greatest invention ever, and that is called AirServer. Okay, so it's basically just a download on your phone and on your PC, and then there is a QR code. I'm sure you would have seen it, and you just basically put your phone at the screen. The QR code actually reads it, and then that connects it. It's so much easier than trying to get a photo or something off of your phone, put it onto your laptop, and then load it up. Hootsuite does actually have a fantastic program also on your phone. So AirServer is to connect your phone and PC. And Hootsuite, you can actually get on your phone and PC, but I prefer it. I like to see it all laid out. I like to make sure that I don't have too many motivational posts and too many trainings and that type of thing. So, that's really important to keep it balanced. I always talk about one post business, as in your company or your opportunity. And then, adding what's that post going to give someone. I mean, even if it's just a photo of your kids, what that could be doing is putting a smile on people's faces. So that's still something. All right. So just try to think about what you're posting and what relevance is that going to have to your audience. That's the other really important factor, is that not everybody loves your products or your company. And that took me a while to actually understand that, is that you will alienate people and they will never actually be able to understand how good your company or your products are, because they'll be closed off for good. Okay, so whilst you love them and think that they're amazing, not everybody thinks the same way. Okay, so make sure that people get to know you and they actually want to try your product just because they like you. So Hootsuite on phone and PC is amazing. And what was the... All right, and so the apps for your phone to make up all your different motivational posts. So we've got Word Swag. I didn't actually show you that one, but that is all of your backgrounds, okay? And then it actually shows, you've got lots of different options that you can show your wording. So that one is Word Swag and also Photify. Now, what I also use, I think it's called Quotes. Let me just have a look on my phone. Yeah, it's just an app called Quotes. And what I do is actually find the quote and then I text it to myself, and then I can just simply copy and paste it onto my quote, all right, or onto my background, and then save it. So it's super easy. You can get quotes from anything. And the reason that you really don't want to be using other people's stuff is because there are actually laws against it. So there's big copyright things, especially in the United States. You can't just take a photo off of Google, really, if it's got copyright. So you need to be really careful. I always add with my photos, where the quotes come from. So I used to actually write the name of the person who the quote belongs to. So I do that, and then I add my watermark. So look, I hope that was really useful to you guys. I know it's working fantastic for me. But again, it's really just all about offering value to people. That's what our industry is really lacking the most. So we do have the best industry out there, but a lot of people are really trashing it just with doing it the wrong way. So like I said before, my platform that I'm using with MLSP is a game changer. There is a component that is an affiliation, so it's not a business opportunity. It is just a platform that you can make a bit of extra cash. But, you know, the biggest point with that is that you will be learning and you will be able to teach others and add value. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to end the webinar today, and thank you all so much for coming. I think I ended up with 55 online, so that's a fantastic turnout for this time of day. But if you've got me on Facebook and you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to message me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. But till next time, guys, thanks so much for coming on.